right, everybody, welcome back to the Travi Wavi. I am your affable host, local Renaissance man, artist, and podcast host, Travis Eason. And we're coming to you once again live in the 325 from beautiful downtown, historic Abilene, Texas, the storybook capital of America. And every Thursday morning, you can catch the Travi Wavi live at the Neon Parrot Live Studios. We're located next door to Majestic Coffee, allegedly serving Onyx coffee, my personal fave. And today I have another wonderful guest to bring you. I'm really excited for y'all to meet Meg Loyer. Welcome, Meg, to the Travi Wavi.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you. It's a pleasure to have you here. We're going to talk about a lot of good things and get right into it. Little housekeeping, we will not have a show next week due to it being Thanksgiving, but we'll be coming back at you in early December. And also, I think I'm going to share that we intend to do a live broadcast of the parade on Tuesday, December 3rd? Second. I think the parade is at 7 or 7:30. Anyway, we'll get back to you about that, but we'll be doing a live broadcast out front, so come on down and enjoy that. Well, Meg Loyer, thanks for coming on the show today.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
It's exciting. Let me ask you the question I ask all my guests. Do you have any siblings?
I do.
Tell me about them.
I'm the baby. I have an older sister, Melanie. She lives in East Texas, and she is a mother of 6 and has 3 grandchildren.
Oh, wow.
And then I have a brother who's in the middle. We're 14 months apart. His name's Casey, and he lives in Lubbock.
Very cool.
He has 2 girls.
So that's the Irish twins for y'all, 14 months.
Yes.
Yeah. And you stay in touch with them? You get to see them very often?
Yes.
Good.
We're pretty close. We talk quite a bit.
Will they be coming for Thanksgiving?
My brother will.
Okay.
My sister, she hosts her family, so there's
She's got a whole
there's a
thing.
lot of them.
Yeah. Well, 3 grandbabies. That's
a whole thing.
Yeah, that's a whole thing.
Yeah.
So, Meg, we met many years ago through Hendrick Health Club, I believe, and some of the social group there. And you came to the house and probably had some drinks in the past and enjoyed life. And
With some friends of...
friends.
Your friends.
Yeah, friends.
Yeah.
And you have been, so you told me before the show started, you've been at Hendrick for 23 years?
23 years.
How did you get started there?
So I started there after college. I was an intern at the health club, and then I went to work at the health club. And then I transitioned over to Hendrick Rehab for about a year. I left and went to Dallas for about another 2 years, and then came back. So really more than 23 years, but there was a little hiatus in between. And so I started back at Hendrick Rehab, working in the OT department.
Okay.
So I was just a tech at that time.
Cool.
Worked for Hendrick Rehab for about 13 years, and then I've been at hospice for the last 10.
Okay. 10
so
years
I
at
switched
hospice.
over there, needing a little bit of a change. So.
And tell me a bit about that switch for you. Was that something that you chose to do, or were you tapped to come make the move? And kind of how was that transition?
I chose to move over to hospice. I had been at rehab for so long. We'd had some management changes, so I was just looking for something a little bit different. I never thought I'd want to do death and dying. That sounded so sad and depressing. And I thought, what the heck? It's marketing. I'm not talking to the death and dying and just families. I'm talking to referral sources. So I switched over there. For the first few months, though, it was really heavy, and I was kind of questioning my decision. And then I kind of got into a groove, and I tell people you either fall in love with hospice or you don't. It's either a passion or not. So, yeah,
Very
that's kind
cool.
of how I got started.
So we have a mutual friend, Bonnie Buchanan, and she's one of the reasons that for sure I had you on the podcast today.
I love Bonnie Buchanan.
Yeah, she's wonderful.
She's awesome.
But, she's mentioned to me in the past, oh, Meg, she's so great. She gets to bring everybody food. And you get to walk into places with trays of food. And tell me about that. How's that marketing part of hospice going?
So our consultant doesn't like us to be referred to as the cookie lady. But unfortunately in the West Texas, that is the heart and soul of everybody. That's where you get to people through their stomach. So if you don't bring something, they're not as receptive to talk to you. So I do. I take out a lot of goodies to nursing facilities, take lunches to physician offices, coffee runs, Sonic drinks, different things. So yes, I have to get away for everybody to love me.
Yeah, that's great. So you bring in goodies and share the good news that Hendrick Hospice has tons of resources available.
Yes. It's more educating, I would say. I talked to an administrator one day, and I think he was trying to get under my skin. He goes, I don't like salespeople. And I said, well, neither do I. I don't consider myself a salesperson. I'm a community liaison. I'm an educator. I do market a service, but to me, you can't sell hospice.
Right.
Hospice definitely sells itself, and it's more educating because there's so many, there's a lot of stigma with hospice and a lot of misconceptions about hospice. So just trying to kind of debunk those is what I do on a daily basis.
Let's do some of that right now. So,
Okay.
I mean, I know I have some of my own thoughts and opinions and knowledge about hospice, and again, I'm lucky because I have Bonnie in my life, and she's very helpful in educating me about what's possible, what resources are, what timelines look like, just sort of the whole thing, because I really have not spent a whole lot of time thinking about dying and death until maybe more recently. Maybe that has to do with my age, my parents aging, things of this nature. But help our audience understand what hospice is, what you guys offer, help me destigmatize it.
I think hospice is definitely not a place, it's a philosophy. And so I think a lot of people think, oh, it's a place you go to die, and it's not. It's an additional support team that comes out to the home that helps the family, the patient, just a big extra set of eyes, ears, and hands to care for your loved one at the end. So, for example, in a nursing facility, they have nurses, they have aides. So we go in addition to that, we're an additional team that comes in and helps to support them. We're experts in pain management, so if they're having a pain crisis, we're going to be able to provide the medications to keep them calm and comfortable. It's definitely comfort care versus curative care. So I think people just don't understand, if you have a terminal diagnosis, you're going to die with or without hospice. But if you have hospice, it's a gift to your loved one to be able to provide that. Working for Hendrick, being a nonprofit hospice, we provide everything. We've never billed a patient. We do a big Light Up a Life campaign every year to help raise money for the charity cases that we take care of.
And that's going on right now, correct?
Right now.
Okay.
So we take care of people regardless of their ability to pay, and I love that. We've never turned away a patient, which to me is super cool. Whether you're homeless on the street or you're the CEO of a big corporation, you're going to get treated the same. And as far as what we cover at the end of life, we have nurses, aides, chaplains, social workers, volunteers. We provide all the medications related to the illness that we're treating, the supplies. So financially, it's a huge burden lifted from the families. We go to them, and they don't come to us per se. We do have an inpatient facility, so if they have a pain crisis or something we can't manage in the home, whether that's a nursing home, a residential home, they can come to us, and we can take care of them there. So it's just a great resource, a great gift. Medicare does pay for it, but if you don't have insurance, we're going to take care of you just the same.
Cover it, yeah. How long has that program, when was that program initiated in Abilene? Do you know?
In Abilene, I believe, don't get me wrong on my dates, 1983.
Okay.
And we started as Hospice of Abilene.
Okay.
And then transitioned to hospice, Hendrick Hospice Care a little bit later. So.
You know, I mean, it's a heavy subject, and I know that we're bringing a heavy subject here for Thanksgiving, but maybe that's the good time of year to do it.
It is National Hospice and Palliative Care Month, so just want to interject that.
Yeah.
So maybe it's very appropriate.
It's probably is perfectly appropriate, because, like we were talking about before the show, I mean, it's something that we're all going to do. We're all going to die. None of us are permanent here on this earth, and knowing that there are resources available to people, family, friends that are entering that time in life, I think is like, it's a balm. It's a salve for the spirit, you know, just to know that we're not alone as we move into that period of time.
Absolutely. And all of our support groups are open to the community, and that's the other thing I love. They don't have to utilize our hospice services. They could have been, there could have been a sudden loss. For example, my father-in-law passed away at 55 of a massive heart attack, and those are huge losses, probably harder sometimes than an illness, because the finality, there's no goodbye, there's don't get to see them again or tell them goodbye. And so I think that's beautiful too, that we can help support even people like that. We also have children's groups, so the way children grieve versus adults is very different. I think as a society, we haven't done a good job about talking about grief. It's very uncomfortable for a lot of people, but it's necessary because it's going to happen.
Yeah,
At some point, we're all going to have a significant loss in our life.
It almost feels like with grief that it's like, oh, you should just pull yourself up by your bootstraps and, move on and whatever. But grief is something that, it's like a powerful presence, and it needs to be worked through and talked about, or how I guess everyone's maybe a little bit different about how they grieve and what comes up for them. But I mean, I know for myself and various things that I've had to grieve and work through, it's not an overnight process. Sometimes it takes a decade or longer, really, to move through some things. And what'd you say before the show? It's like glitter. Like once you spill it, you can never. It changes you.
You know how glitter is so messy? You have a party or you're doing a project and you can't clean that stuff up. No. It gets stuck in crevices, places you would have never thought. So it does. It comes up at, I think, sometimes the most inappropriate times, or appropriate times, I guess, depending on how you look at it. But no, you can't ever clean it up.
Yeah.
But I don't know that you would want to either, because it's a reminder of something precious and something that you loved.
Yeah.
So I used to think of that as really sad, but I think it's really cool. I also talk about it like at the beginning, it's very heavy, almost like a suitcase you can't lift. And as you go through your grief journey, it becomes more like a crossbody purse that it just goes with you.
Yeah.
That's, at least for me, that's how I explain it. It just never leaves, but not in a sad or depressing way, but it's just a part of who you are now.
Yeah,
it just changes you.
Shapes and forms your journey moving forward because you've had those experiences. Right.
Very much so, yeah.
That's interesting and fun. So we'll probably come back to the grief part of this conversation some more, but let's talk about you and getting to know you a little bit better. So you have a son, Luke.
I do.
He's a freshman at ACU.
He's a freshman at ACU.
How's it going up there for him?
It's going really well.
Yeah.
He's loving it.
Good.
Yes. I was a little worried about the empty nest. It's different. It's a different world. But again, talking about grief, I'm grieving him not being at home, but it's a different kind of grief because I'm so excited for him and his future, and he really seems to be thriving. So that makes my mama heart really happy.
Good.
And Sean and I are kind of finding our own groove now too, and just a different kind of adventure. I don't know.
There's not that child that you have to attend to as often.
Yeah. We can just kind of pick up and go and do. Our dogs are the main thing holding us back right now.
Wow. It's a good thing to have hold you back. So
it is.
What are some of the things you've experienced with being an empty nester that were surprising to you, that you weren't expecting?
I think I've handled it better than I thought I would. I thought I'd be really kind of sad and depressed, but he also goes to school here in town, so I get to see him at least once a week.
Yeah, you guys
I'm
are
going to meet him for lunch
today.
Yeah, and so I think that helps. So I don't know that I'm a traditional college parent where they go out of town and you don't see them for weeks. So I think I've handled it better than I expected. That's probably my most interesting thing I can think of. But
it is a transition. I mean, I've experienced it with two of my children, and Grace is still a senior. So I have a little bit of a sense of that. But what was interesting to me was to watch one of my best friends, Ben, with the breakdown with Ben. His daughter Aria went to A&M this year as a freshman, which is not that far away. It's still just a couple hours. But as a friend observer, watching him kind of go through a grief process for a few months was really fascinating to watch, because I could relate to it. It's almost like, as a parent, I think as a parent that cares about their children, you want to know where they are, what they're doing, that they're okay, right? And when they're younger, I mean, they're literally like in your field of vision, like my granddaughter was over last night, and I'm just got eyes on her the whole time because she's fun to watch, right? And then as they get older, you see them less. They're in school, all these things. They've got extracurricular activities, but you can still like participate, talk to them. You got to give them rides around. And then they reach this age where maybe they're driving themselves, or they move out, they go on. And it is that in itself is almost, well, there's a whole grief process there too, where I'm not needed as much. It's a fascinating journey.
I feel like I was telling somebody the other day, I brought this child into the world and he fit into my world, right? So now I feel like I'm trying to find my place in his world, which is kind of interesting, but also letting him have a new life.
Yeah.
And not interjecting myself where I'm not
Yeah,
welcome,
right.
and just kind of not tiptoeing around, but just trying to give him his space, but also want him to know that he's loved and missed, and that I want to spend time with him, but not overbearing. It's kind of, I'm just trying to feel like I'm trying to find my place in his world now.
Yeah. Well, and I'm thinking about you because with your journey, Luke has been your only child. So there's, like I think about myself, I've got 3. And so there's kind of like this split of energy sort of, but like if I just think, oh, if I just had 1, how much more would I feel this connection and this like sense of insecurity probably, I think it's insecurity of like, have I done a good enough job with them? Is he going to be okay in the world?
Yes, I always told him, I'm not raising a child, I'm raising a future adult and member of society. And I hope I did a really good job, and I hope he's fully functional and can fend for himself. And so far he seems to be doing well, but
good.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's good.
We'll find out. But yeah,
So
it is hard.
Yeah, it is hard. And I don't know that there's a right or wrong way to do all that either. But again, maybe just awareness that in these seasons of change that it's okay to have weird thoughts and feelings about it that are outside of your normal sort of MO.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Especially with, Thanksgiving and Christmas coming up. I know this is a difficult time of year for a lot of people.
Holidays can be very hard. Absolutely.
Yeah. So,
Especially Christmas, I think in particular. It's like it's a
Yeah.
children's holiday, I feel like.
yeah.
All the magic of it.
Yeah. Whether you're missing a child or a parent during that time or a sibling.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So back on you. You remarried a wonderful man named Sean. And I've gotten to meet Sean once or twice here over the years. He's a great guy. And he's a big golfer.
Big golfer.
And so you've gotten dragged into that a little bit.
I ride around a lot, and I actually like it. On Saturdays when the weather's nice, I don't mind going out there at all. Now, if it's cold and windy, yeah, I'm kind of a fair weather fan.
I was going to say, fair weather golfer.
But yes, he is a big golfer, so that's a big part of our life.
And you haven't started playing yet, though.
Well, I played in high school, if you want to
Okay.
call it play.
Well,
I wasn't good. I owned some clubs, and I was on the golf team, but I went to a really small school, so anybody got to play.
I don't know that matters as far as learning the sport, though. If you're familiar with the sport, even if you don't play, it's kind of like ice hockey. It might be fun to watch, but it's a lot more fun if you know the rules,
Yes.
right? And I think that's kind of true about golf too. Like, if you might be interested in the sport, you might think it's the silliest game in the world, but having that knowledge of just kind of how it works and why it works like that, I think is
Yes.
kind of.
I've learned a lot watching him. I will say this, I never thought I'd watch golf on TV. That sounded so boring. But I'll catch myself if he leaves to go do something and a golf tournament's on, I might sit there for a minute and see who's winning. And
love it.
I know a lot of the players' names and kind of like you would football or basketball.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of funny. I never would have thought I would sit there and watch golf.
It's a fun sport to watch.
It's a fun, very frustrating sport.
Oh man, it is the most frustrating sport.
But I probably will pick it up. I probably need a hobby now,
Yeah.
And so, especially with Luke being out of the house, and it's something you can do forever. It's not
really
hard on
is.
your body. It's
It's like tennis.
Yeah.
You can play it until you can't hold the club anymore.
yes. He's probably one of the youngest that he plays with
Okay.
out where he plays, and so that's kind of fun too. He's got all these older mentors, coaches, basically. So that's kind of fun to watch too.
It is fun.
So it's something you can do for
And
ever.
you guys go out to Shady Oaks and Baird. It's a wonderful golf course.
It's beautiful.
Abilene has some wonderful golf courses in the storybook capital of Texas, and I would love to see us get a couple more. I might be asking for too much, but
Well, and Maxwell's for sale, isn't it? So
it was
maybe
for
they could,
sale, and then I don't quote me on this, audience. Do your own research, but I believe that there wasn't a bid that worked with the city, and so there's maybe like a private management group that's going to come in, kind of like what they did at Diamondback, Live Oak now.
Okay.
An outside group came in and purchased it, and I don't know if it's for sale or if it's just looking to get managed.
Okay. That's where I would practice in
Is
high
it
school.
Maxwell?
That's where we would go. Of course, now everybody's like, that's the worst one in town. But to me, it wasn't bad.
If you don't know any better, it really is a fine
didn't
golf
know any
course. It is. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
If you are a snob like yours truly, there are a lot of problems with it, but that's okay. I mean, that's one of the fun things about golf compared to, I think, some other sports, is that each golf course is unique. And there's, just in Texas, we have over 800 plus golf courses that are public. So that's 800 different experiences playing the same game, swinging the club, and I don't know, growing up and even today, people still talk a lot of trash about a golf course, like, oh, that's not a good use of land, et cetera, et cetera. All the chemicals, blah, 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 blah. But, golf is a really wonderful economic contributor. Most of the time, the golf courses are in floodplains. I'm really surprised we got on this golf thing right now, Meg, but you got me going.
No, I was going to tell you, we played at one of the most beautiful courses on our 10-year anniversary in September in Mexico. We went to Playa Mujeres.
Okay.
The Loyer was the hotel
Cool.
resort. And the resort the golf course wrapped around the resort, and it was probably the most beautiful one I've ever played at.
I love that.
Well, I didn't play.
But you rode.
Rode around. We played in St. Lucia. He has played in St. Lucia. Have you ever been out of the country to play? Or
Never
just
played out of the country. I'm trying to remember if we ever golfed to Mexico. I don't think we did.
Now our trips kind of revolve around a beautiful golf course.
I love that. I mean, sign me up for that. I think
it's
that's
kind
great.
of a win-win. Give me a nice resort with a pool, and we can go golfing. That's fine.
That's a great way to spend 4 hours of your day
Yeah.
in the sun. So you guys usually take a cart or do you walk?
A cart.
Mostly cart. Yeah.
Now, in high school, I would walk, and
Yep.
that was great exercise. But
Yep.
no, I'm out on walking.
That's cool. Well, maybe when you start playing, down the road, we can inspire some other people to play golf too.
Yeah. My husband says it's really growing right now, and especially in the younger crowd. So I think it's maybe more of an up and coming. I think the hard part is sometimes it's really expensive.
It
and
can
so
be.
It can be.
Yep.
That could be a little bit of a challenge, but
Yep. And so you guys are thinking about moving out to Baird, is what you mentioned before. That'd be great.
that's the plan.
Move from the south side
Trying
of
to
Tuscola.
sell our house.
Get out there. Market's good for real estate right now, though. Yep, it is.
Hopefully, here in the next.
Do you anticipate, I mean, besides moving out to Baird, do you anticipate staying in this region
Absolutely.
for the future?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's from Clyde. I'm from Abilene. So, we don't plan on leaving the area.
Cool. And as far
It's
as...
just a good place to.
It's a great place to be.
Yeah.
What are your top 3 things that you've seen happen in your time in Abilene that you're really stoked about?
I feel like it's grown quite a bit. I feel like they've done a lot of changes downtown, bringing in new restaurants, new businesses. Healthcare's changed a lot. I've seen that, especially being at Hendrick.
For the better?
Oh, I don't know that we can go there.
Good. Found our first touchy subject. We'll leave it alone.
Yeah, I better.
That's okay. We don't need to. Don't need to dig into that.
Some for the better and some not. I'll just
But
leave
changes.
it at that.
You've
changes.
noticed
Definitely a lot
changes.
of changes.
Yep.
Some, like I said, some for the good. So, I think we're getting more resources for all different types of things around town. More awareness to taboo subjects. So I've seen a lot of good in Abilene, for sure.
Anything that you would like to see happen? Like if you could wave a magic wand and make one change in our community?
I think this has been for years, the drainage system. Why do the roads flood so bad?
Yeah. And
That's
today
kind
it's
of
raining.
annoying.
Yeah.
But if that's the least of my worries, we're doing pretty good.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
What's one of the bigger challenges that you've faced in your current role?
In my current role? Competition right now is really heavy in hospice, but you wouldn't think of that. When I started with this job, there was only about 4 agencies. Now I think we have 7 or 8 in Abilene, which that's a lot.
Do all of those agencies provide free care?
No, they do not. So that helps set us apart. We're the only ones with an inpatient unit. We're the only ones that do children's bereavement programs. So there's a lot of things that do set us apart, but I think probably competition would be my biggest challenge. But nothing I can really control per se. Just knowing that our care is excellent and that should surpass all of that.
Yeah.
So.
It's interesting that you would have competition if everyone else is for profit. and that y'all are not. That surprises
There's two
me.
not-for-profits,
Okay.
and then there's the rest are all for-profit.
Okay.
For-profits can spend a lot of more money on marketing and food. So that can be a hindrance. But at the end of the day, I feel like our care should be our seller and our nursing staff and aides that go out. We have some really phenomenal staff. A
Yeah,
lot of
you do.
longevity, too.
Yeah.
I've had some that have been there a really, really long time, which says a lot. And like I told you, I think I was telling you earlier before we got started, I orient all the new staff that come through. We talk about customer service and just quality. And that really has to set us apart. You know, I can take the best cookies in town, but if our nurse isn't great and doesn't provide great care, then the cookies mean nothing. And I told them they're our biggest marketing asset in the field.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and from what I've, observed, which has not been very much, but the little that I have, it seems like the staff that you guys have is incredible, attentive, gentle, sincere, and so knowledgeable.
so knowledgeable.
And so that just, being able to have access to all the various resources that Hendrick Hospice brings. And yeah, and I guess I just really do want to highlight the fact that it's a free service and you guys have so many resources that are available to everybody in the community. And they're really high quality services. The bereavement, the grief groups. Yeah, so I mean, if you're listening or you know someone that maybe has lost someone recently, or you've experienced some loss, there are incredible resources available to you for free today.
Absolutely. And we've added new services. Bonnie's been huge in that too, in orchestrating our Wave of Light program that we put on in October for infant loss. And so that's been huge too. So we're always looking at new ways to help the community. So I think that's a big asset for us too. So
Well, and cool to live in a community where, we're at least trying to discuss end of life care and issues and bring that to people's attention. I mean, I'm sure most communities offer something similar, but like we mentioned before the show, it's not an easy subject to talk about.
no.
And it can be heavy and hard, but it's important because we're all gonna die.
We're not getting out of here
We're
alive.
not getting out of here
Travis.
alive. It's the only thing we came to do.
What do they say? Only thing for sure, death and taxes.
Death and taxes. Yep. So you got any travels coming up? Anything planned for fun?
You know, we're going to go skiing
Oh,
in
cool.
January.
Is that something you guys do regularly?
We do this every year.
Where do you go?
We're going to Red River this year.
Okay.
We kind of alternate Red River, Purgatory.
Okay.
Last year we went to Red River. We're going to go back to Red River. And we usually do a big family trip with my whole family, but this year it's just going to be my husband, son, and his friend.
Very cool.
So I'm kind of excited about that too.
Are you
just
a
smaller
skier or
group.
are you a snowboarder?
I am a skier.
Okay. Anybody snowboard?
My son snowboards.
Okay, right on.
Sean and I ski. He's the snowboarder. A little trivia for you. I had both hips replaced 3 years ago,
Okay.
6 weeks apart. So I've actually gotten to go back to skiing. Probably, I guess, a year later was my first venture back out on the mountain. So I'm just super excited that I'm still able to ski.
Absolutely.
I'm way more cautious. I've always been cautious, but
Yeah.
probably extra cautious now because
Do you wear a helmet?
I don't wear a
come
helmet.
on.
No, I've been skiing since I was little. I don't think I've ever worn a helmet.
Really?
Even when I was no,
Okay.
I don't wear a helmet. But I'm also not.
You're not doing
I mean,
anything
I'm a
crazy.
green girl. I want to
Yeah.
go down this. I want to enjoy my my trip down the mountain. I'm not adventuresome
Oh, that's okay.
or daring.
Well, but skiing is pretty adventuresome and daring for a lot of people.
It is. It is.
So that's fun. And then
I love it.
Go ahead. You said what?
No, I love it. It's fun.
It is fun. It's fun to be out in the snow and play, especially since we don't get much of that here in Abilene.
We're beach people in the summer and definitely in the mountains in the winter.
Really?
So yeah.
What beach is your fave?
Oh, I like them all. We've been to Jamaica several times. Probably Jamaica or Mexico
Okay.
are our favorites.
I heard a new spot,
Okay.
Panama.
Oh,
Yeah,
never been there.
apparently there's some expats that are starting to move there.
Okay.
I've got a client that's going down there in a few weeks. I don't know. I haven't really checked it into Panama very
Panama,
much.
I haven't either.
Kind of interesting. So what do you-
Nicaragua came across my
Yeah.
TikTok feed the other day. It's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
They say it's way cheaper than Costa Rica, but
Well, and I thought Costa Rica was cheap. Sam and I were there for 5 weeks forever ago, but yeah, I mean, beautiful. People are friendly, very pro expat kind of
Okay.
vibe.
Nice.
You don't feel very afraid. What are you doing for Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving we were hosting the family, so everybody will come to our house. My husband will fry a turkey and smoke a ham. Everybody else will bring sides. I might make a side, but I'm not much of a cook. I was telling you that too earlier. That's not my thing.
It's not your MO.
No.
That's cool.
No. I have been doing HelloFresh, though. We
Okay.
have been doing HelloFresh
Yeah.
lately. I don't mind doing HelloFresh because everything comes to, I don't have to go to the store, and I have a recipe. I can cook if I have everything right there and step-by-step
Yeah.
instructions.
I have a friend that has been doing that for a while, and he enjoys the fact that he gets to make things he never would have thought to make,
Yes.
right? Because it's almost like a puzzle.
Yes. Sean's typically, he is the resident chef
Okay.
at home. He's a really good cook. And so he typically does the cooking, but I've actually done quite a bit of the HelloFresh.
Cool.
So
Very good.
that's been kind of fun,
It's good stuff.
but I'm still not a huge fan of cooking. It's just
Well,
not my
it's
thing.
not for everybody.
No.
Yeah, I come from a home where everybody cooks pretty good, but my brother's an executive chef, and
Oh, wow.
it's some of it's rubbed off of me. I can cook a little bit. I like to do it. I like being in the kitchen. So it's fun.
I think you either have to like it or,
Yep.
yeah, it's not really
Like
your
it
thing.
or leave it. What else should we share with the audience about Hendrick Hospice and your role?
Well, right now we're doing our Light Up Life campaign,
Mm-hmm.
so that's huge. That started, I think, this month, and it goes through the end of the year. And so you can buy a bulb at our tree at the Mall of Abilene,
Okay.
or we have one in Sweetwater at the Roscoe State Bank.
Okay.
Or you can just go by Hendrick Hospice Care or on our website. And any donation stays here locally, and that helps us provide for the indigent care. So that's really, really a big thing right now that we're doing. It just helps us provide care for those that don't have insurance. I think last year I don't want to misquote, but I think it was over $250,000 that we were
great.
able to put back and help provide care. So it's a really big campaign.
So if you're able to or willing to, the Mall of Abilene, there's a
The
tree.
Mall of Abilene, there's a tree. There's information at a table out there.
Mm-hmm.
There's a QR code. Our website, that's probably the easiest way. If people want to bring cash or checks by, they can come by the office. We're over on Pine Street, right down the street from here.
Yep.
So.
Yep, right across the street from the main campus and the Texas Tech campus.
Yes, and they can buy a bulb in memory or in honor of a loved one.
Okay.
We also have bricks they can purchase. We have trees they can purchase to have a leaf. So we have all kinds of different things for fundraising.
And I know that there was a grief group that just wrapped up, and there's another one that's happening the end of January. Does that sound right?
I believe Club Courage starts end of January.
Okay, and
I don't
that's
have the dates on that, but
That's like a multi-week sort of every.
it's a 6-week program for kids ages 3rd through 12th grade.
Okay.
And so they can come. It's for all different kinds of losses, either death, divorce, incarceration, deployment, or separation of a loved one. So loss is loss, pain is pain. So we
Yep.
try to meet everybody where they're at. And so that will start, and it's every Tuesday night. So definitely check our Facebook page for any kind of updates about those things.
I know when Kate and I went through our divorce, 2 of my children went to Camp Courage, and that's back when it was out in Looters during the summertime at the Baptist encampment, and
Yes.
they had a wonderful experience with that. I mean, I think it was my son's mentioned it's like he felt a little strange because his parents had just gotten divorced, and other people had actually lost a parent or something like that. So there's a little bit of a strange dichotomy with that, but I think overall, just being able to learn some skills, some coping mechanisms to help get through these traumatic times is like so important, because otherwise we feel so isolated half the time.
Absolutely. And I feel like kids in this day and age, they're not given coping skills. Even adults, I think we're just, get on this med, do this, and instead of actually sitting in it, I feel like pain needs to be felt and grief needs to be experienced, but letting them know ways to navigate through that, it's a lot of help for sure.
It is.
My son went through it. He was 9. We had 3 significant losses, and so I think that was helpful as well. Went through the Club Courage, so yeah.
Yeah. And there's just wonderful, so many, I don't know if I've been lucky or cursed to have experienced a lot of therapy in my life, but it's amazing that even, today as I creep on towards 50 years old, how much I still don't know, and how many skills and coping mechanisms that are still available that I've never even thought about before.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And those are the things that, man, they make a huge difference.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. We were talking about the brain earlier and how every event you go through, it does affect you and it changes you. And if you don't know how to navigate through that, it makes it really hard. So I'm like, any tools in your tool belt are going to be super helpful.
Yeah.
So I think that's what we can provide as resources. And we do adult groups as well, not just children. So that's a big part of it too.
All for free.
All for free.
All for free. Again, Hendrick Hospice. Is it .com? HendrickHospice.com?
.org.
.org. Available for you here, resources. I know you have a lunch with your son, so I'm not going to keep you forever today. But tell me, do you have any questions for me, Meg?
I can't think of anything right now.
That's good.
I might need more coffee.
We can get you some more coffee. That's not a problem.
It's gloomy weather.
It is
Makes me
gloomy.
sleepy.
It's like rainy today in Abilene, but it's a good day for the Travi Wavi.
At least it feels like fall.
Right? Like I was sitting out front this morning on my little front porch swing, and it was all overcast and a little bit of breeze coming up from the south, and all my crepe myrtles have changed colors, and they're just kind of falling a little bit with the rain. And we don't get that many days like that here.
No.
So
When it was so hot the other day.
Yeah, like 90.
Yeah.
On Monday.
Yeah.
Crazy. So if you
back and forth. Oh.
if you want to come to the storybook capital of America in Abilene, just prepare yourself for interesting weather from time to time.
Bring shorts and a sweater.
And a sweater, absolutely.
You're gonna need it all.
So your son's at ACU studying business now.
Business.
And do you have any visions for your son? Like if you got to say, oh, I really would love this to happen for him. I think about that with my kids from time to time. Like, I never really pressured them to go do a certain thing or play a certain thing, but
I just want him to be happy. I want him to love what he does. I want him to be a good human,
Yeah.
And I'm so proud of him. And I look forward to what he's going to do in the future. Yeah, it's hard to know what that's going to look like, but mainly I just want him to be happy.
Right.
You got to love what you do, especially spending so much time at work.
Yeah,
So,
that's interesting.
I think that's my biggest thing is just want him to be happy,
Are
fulfilled.
Are you feeling happy and fulfilled in your role, in your current role?
I am.
Yeah.
I love what I do. I've been doing this a long time, so sometimes you get a little complacent and you need new ideas and a little, what do you call it? Spark to be reignited. But overall, yes, I do. I really love what I do. I love meeting new people. I used to hate cold calling, but now that's kind of my thing. I love if a new physician comes into town, meeting their office and educating people. Because some of them, they've seen me so many times, they know exactly what we do.
Yeah.
But that's fun too because it's just relationships with customers too. So I like a little bit of all of it.
That's good. So what do you do to find that spark of inspiration to keep things interesting?
Well, I get on Pinterest, to come up with new creative ideas
Okay.
for things to take out, like around the holidays. So I did, this is kind of stupid, but in October around Halloween, I did like a trail mix bar, but with candy corn and those little pumpkins and just trying to change things up and not do your traditional donuts and cookies,
Well, it's interesting for someone that doesn't like to cook that you're the goodie girl.
I'm the goodie girl, but it's all pre-made. Sam's is my friend.
Yep.
Big cookie trays and the donut shops, I hit them up quite a bit.
They all know your name. They see you when you're coming in.
Well, I really love Chimmy's in Tuscola. I'll give them a shout out.
Okay, yeah.
They do donuts in the morning with kolaches, and then they do Chinese food at lunch.
Okay.
They used to do it at dinner, and I'm really disappointed that they didn't continue that. But I think after COVID, it kind of just wasn't, I don't know what happened. I guess there just wasn't enough. So since I live out there, I start there, and I just grab my donuts and bring them into town. Also, they're about $3 cheaper than here in town. So working for a not-for-profit, I'm trying to be fiscally and financially responsible. And so,
It's good.
So, and they have really good donuts.
And they've got great donuts. What was
I'm
the name of
trying
the
to
place
chill
again?
out on eating them. Chimmy's.
Chimmy's in Tuscola.
Chimmy's in Tuscola.
Okay.
It's really good. We also have the blue agave out in Tuscola. I know they have one here in
We've
Abilene.
got one on the north side too, yeah.
Really like the one out in Tuscola. Y'all
Okay.
should check it out.
Good.
So,
Well, you're talking to a north sider.
I know. Yeah.
But for all of you south siders that are listening, you've got
Yes.
a lot of options out there.
There are a
Little
lot
jelly.
of options. Have y'all been to Chewy's yet?
No, haven't tried Chewy's yet.
We've driven by, and yeah, it's still too crowded.
I'm sort of, especially the older I get too, like I really like to support local with my dollars. So even if it's, if it's a chain restaurant, I'm probably not going to choose that.
Yeah.
If someone else invites me, fine, but
Yeah.
I'd rather spend my
gotcha.
money local.
Yeah,
Make
no,
sure it
that's good.
stays local.
That is good. That's what I like about even our campaign. Everything stays local, which is
Mm-hmm.
nice because a lot of times big fundraisers go out of town,
Yeah.
with different associations.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Well, as we wrap up a little bit today, I know we're a little shorter today, but it's a rainy day. It's fair. What are some more? I feel like I haven't discussed the Hendrick Hospice thing in full. Is there anything I'm missing?
Oh, anything you're missing?
Things that we need to let our community know about, or even if you're listening somewhere else and you're experiencing some grief, or someone that is, I would encourage you to look into your local communities, and these resources are available all over the nation for sure, and I'm sure around the world in places. You're not alone.
No.
You don't have to go through it by yourself.
I can't think of anything you're not mentioning. I think just letting people know more even about hospice and just educating yourself before it's time. I know you and I talked a little bit about palliative care and hospice, how that's kind of the bridge, and learning the difference between the two. I think that's a big...
What is the difference between palliative care and hospice?
Yes. So hospice will always incorporate palliative care. Palliative basically means to ease pain and suffering. So palliative care is going to be an advanced or chronic illness, but they don't have a 6 months or less life expectancy. So that's kind of where the hospice really comes in. Hospice is 6 months or less based on if the disease progresses at its natural rate, that we don't expect them to be alive in about 6 months. With that being said, there are some caveats with like Alzheimer's and dementia. Our longest patient we had for about 6 years. I think the other stigma with hospice and maybe misconception is that it's for cancer patients or just the elderly. And unfortunately, that's not the case. Our youngest patient was a newborn and our oldest was 106.
Okay.
And just a fun story about her. She was really precious. I had just started with hospice. I went out to do a birthday story and I asked for this woman, where is her room? And they said, oh, she's over there playing beach volleyball in her wheelchair. And I was like, 103? She's playing beach volleyball? Like,
crazy.
what? So I had to learn a lot about what hospice was. I grew up in a medical family, but that was kind of back when, man, hospice, that's the last call you make. You've got like 1 foot in the ground when you call hospice, which I've learned so much that is not the case. And we've had some that are very fully functioning. They're walking, talking, but they do have a terminal diagnosis. So that was really interesting to me. But the sweet 103-year-old lady, she put pink stuff in her coffee. She loved sweets. So definitely genetics versus anything else. These things we think kill you, it just depends on your chemistry.
Yep.
But so we had her for 3 years, and we did a birthday party every year. And every year she said, I hope I'm not here next year for my birthday. And that made me kind of sad. Cognitively, she was amazing. She could tell me her whole life story.
That's great.
So that was really cool. We had another lady. We did happy hour at one of the assisted livings. Being a Baptist institution, we did not provide the alcohol, but they did, and we'd provide the snacks. And so she came in, again, walking, talking, didn't look like anything was wrong with her, but she had some type of heart condition, and so she was on hospice services. So it's not what you think of,
Right.
typically. And then, of course, we see younger patients with cancer diagnoses, and I feel like we're seeing a lot of younger ones, which is unfortunate, but also thankful that we're able to help them. And a lot of those don't have insurance. They're not Medicare age yet.
Yeah.
Insurance is very expensive, so a lot of times people elect not to have it. So being able to help them without that is pretty cool.
Yep. I just think it's wonderful that we have these resources and the service here in our community, and I know personally as I'm experiencing some of this with, my aging father, not here, but going through this, it's been really, man, it's been so encouraging and so, I don't know, it gives me like a sense of security that I didn't have before, just to know that I don't have to have all the answers. I don't have to have all the solutions, because there's people and resources available to me and to him that are really here to help and really help make this transition into death. I don't know if it's any easier, but it feels more stable. I don't know if that's the right word, but
Yeah, I don't know the right word either. I think it's just helping navigate a journey that is so unfamiliar. Like you haven't ever walked through that.
yeah,
I tell people, when I orient new staff, I tell them hospice should be a beautiful experience for a quote unquote negative outcome. As a believer, I don't believe it's a negative outcome, but it is going to be sad because you're sad to lose somebody that you're not ready to let go of.
Yeah.
This side of eternity. But we just help walk them through that, you know, even though it might be very traumatic, very hard, but hopefully it is a beautiful experience when they look back on it. And just to share a little bit about my story, my husband and I lost a daughter at 20 weeks. She lived for about 45 minutes. I went into preterm. And I tell everybody that was a beautiful experience for a negative outcome. They did a really wonderful job. And so I feel like that's what hospice should be.
yeah,
It's sad and it's not what you're looking forward to or wanting to happen, but it should be beautiful and it should really be helpful.
yeah.
I had one of our nurses on the unit. He said, "I'm a tour guide for death." And I thought, I've never thought of it like that. But he's like, I help them transition.
Yeah. Well, and because we've been saying this whole time, we don't talk about it very often. It's sort of a taboo subject, and it makes people uncomfortable to discuss death and grief, and yet it's such a natural part of our lives. It can be a very beautiful time.
And we really, the earlier we get in, we really can help. So I think I mentioned this to you too before. It's almost like when you are expecting a child, you have 9 months to prepare. If you have a terminal illness and you're given 6 months, you can get your affairs in order, your family can be prepared, and we can kind of help walk you through that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a weird comparison, but also very similar. Entering the world and exiting the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just part of it.
Beginning and the ending.
Yeah.
Very good. Well,
So,
Meg,
yeah.
I've been really, really excited to have you on the channel today, and you put a face to hospice in town, I think, which is good. So if you guys see Meg out in the community, you know what she's all about. And
I'm out and about all the time.
and I know available if you guys have any questions, feel free to contact us. We can get you in contact with Hendrick Hospice, but hendrickhospice.org. The giving, I'm not going to say the giving part, right? What is it called?
Light up a life.
Light Up a Life.
You can
It's
light up a life
happening,
in memory or in honor of a loved one.
and that's happening through the end of the year. Open your purse strings and share.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. What else, my dear?
I can't think of anything.
Well, I
Thank
hope
you so
have-
much for having me.
Oh,
I
it's been a
appreciate
pleasure.
it. Yeah.
And
Enjoy it.
we'll stay in contact, and as things come up with hospice that we can share and we can put out to the community, we'd love to continue to do that.
Yeah,
because
we're
it's
always
such a
looking for
fabulous
ways to
resource.
get the word out too. It's always helpful. So definitely things that you wouldn't think of like a podcast or
Yeah,
again, people, it has a negative connotation, but man, it's so helpful.
it is.
So
It is.
to share resources,
And
knowledge is
tools.
power. If you don't know
Knowledge is
about it,
power.
then you don't know about it. So
No, it's really
thank
good.
you so much.
Thank you so much. I hope you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Y'all too.
I hope the weather cooperates for a good round of golf for you
Me
guys too.
I know.
Yeah.
He's in the hunting season right now, so we're kind
Yeah.
of a little back and forth.
Yeah.
He hasn't golfed in a minute, but when it's pretty, we'll be back at it.
Good.
For
good.
sure.
And say hi to Luke today when you guys have lunch. And
I will.
friends, thanks for listening again today. Please subscribe, comment, like, share, and you know where we'll be next week. Well, not next week because we're going to take the week off, but we'll be back in 2 weeks. Got some more great characters from the storybook Capital of America to share with you, and we'll just continue to try to do all things Abilene and continue to build our community here 1 week at a time. Meg, thanks one more time. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
And thanks for watching, and we will catch you guys in 2 weeks. Happy Thanksgiving. Signing off from the Travi Wavi.